All right, so the LALJ is back, and we're going to be. I'm going to be introducing a fine young woman, and she is a lacrosse player from Division High School in Levittown. As most people know, Levittown is the heart and soul of Long Island, and introduced this young lady who was recommended by her head coach Sean Donnellan. And Nataly, tell the Long Island lacrosse world your name, your position, and your number, and where you're going to be heading next year.
So my name is Nataly. I'm a midfield. I take the draw, and I'm a senior, and I'm going to Swarthmore College next year to play.
You must be wicked excited now that obviously we don't have any high school lacrosse to get to college and start your college career, huh?
Yeah, I am really excited. It's really upsetting that I wasn't able to start or end my senior season, but these are hard times, and I just hope that that this is all worth it and that we're able to flatten the curve of the COVID-19.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's crazy times, and obviously yesterday the word came out that there wasn't going to be any high school lacrosse this spring, which I know is devastating to a lot of men and women who were in their senior year, and we definitely feel for them. We were looking forward to covering great players like yourself. One of the things that we've decided to add to our coverage this spring was we reached out to a bunch of high school coaches and asked all the high school coaches to recommend their unsung hero. And Nataly Rodriguez was the selection for Division High School. And basically, a lot of times what people only look at the stats, the goals, the assists. But what we like to talk about is the intangibles. And obviously, Coach Donnellan felt enough intangibles about Nataly that he recommended you. And tell the lacrosse audience, what do you do to help Division lacrosse succeed?
So we're a pretty small program, and a lot of our girls only started playing freshman year. So what I would do is during the fall and winter, I would hold weekly captain's practices just to make sure that we work on our stick skills. And I ran winter track this year, and a lot of the lacrosse girls did also, just so that we could get in shape before the season. And especially near the end of the season, every day I would bring a huge bag of lacrosse balls for the girls that were waiting for their parents to come pick them up so that they could do wall ball while they waited. And before obviously the season got canceled, I was planning on doing captain's practices Sundays too for the girls that felt like they needed more practice, because I just feel that we don't really get to work on stick skills enough during practice. It's more like just getting team bonding for when we play in games. So I wanted to give those girls a chance to catch up to the girls that have been playing for longer than they have.
Yeah, that's amazing. You're like a coach, assistant coach within the team. How many girls were on the Division varsity program?
I believe around like 20. We only had 4 seniors this year.
Wow. Now, do you guys have a JV program as well?
Yeah, we do have a JV program, and we actually our JV team is 33.
Oh, good. So the numbers are looking good for the future.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that, to see just how much the program grows throughout the years.
Yeah, that's obviously a commitment to Coach Donnellan and building that program. And I know that you have I've heard about Juliana Stanley, who's supposed to be a up and comer sophomore that is going to be a really good player in the future.
Yes. Yeah. Um, Jules, she's really talented, and I'm so excited to see where she goes also. I think that she might break the school record for the most goals. Our last was Jenna Davis, and she was at like 300 and something, I believe, and Jules is catching up, so I'm excited for her.
Oh, that's cool. And I know that Jen is now coaching on Long Island, right? I think Jen is coaching a varsity program.
Yes, she was actually my private lesson, I guess, coach, you could say, for a little bit, and I love Jenna. I'm I believe she's coaching Seaford now, right?
Yeah, yeah. I was talking to a mom the other day, and she just got the job there, which is exciting because they got some really good girls in Seaford. That's exciting. Good for Jenna. That's good. Spread the game, right? Grow the game. So let's
Yeah.
talk a little bit about how you found Swarthmore College and what made you pick that college. Can you tell me a little bit about your recruiting process and how that all came about?
Um, yeah, so the recruiting process for me was very just like I had to have a lot of patience because it was frustrating to see the girls on my travel team, committing early on, and just knowing that because I was going to go D3, that wouldn't be an option for me, and that I'd really have to wait till I got into the school and whatnot. But I chose Swarthmore because during my junior year, in the fall, I went to one of the recruiting camps. It was the first ever college I ever went to visit, and I absolutely fell in love with the school. And the coaching style I really liked. They showed us drills that I had never done before, and not even that, just the atmosphere that the team had, and just a thing that really stands out to me was that one of the head coaches, she made sure that we didn't shoot so close to the goalies just because she didn't want them to get hurt before like during a recruiting camp. And I think that's great that they care so much. And I
Yes.
really just fell in love with the school.
It's a beautiful school. I've been to it a few times, and it's such a beautiful little town, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. I mean, I love the old dormitories. They're like Tudor style. It's really cool, right?
Yeah.
We were talking a little bit earlier. A little fun fact I was giving you about the men's basketball team being ranked #1 in the country. That's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be going to their games and supporting to see, how far they get next year too.
Now, did you play other sports at Division?
Yes, I actually during the fall season I played soccer and I ran cross country. And during winter I ran winter track, and this year I was supposed to run spring track and play lacrosse.
Wow. Something tells me that you're pretty fast if you're doing both.
Um, I'm okay.
Are you a long distance runner or are you a sprinter?
I'm a long distance runner. I can't sprint, but yeah.
You can run forever.
Yeah, I really like running. I was actually considering going to run cross country in college, but Swarthmore is known for its academics, and I didn't want to put too much pressure on myself.
Oh yeah, you kidding me? Getting into Swarthmore, I can tell you right now that your transcript is a nice transcript because that is not an easy school to get into. I've known a few young men that have
Yeah.
gone to that school, and they're very bright people. So congratulations, that's quite an honor, and I'm sure you'll have an unbelievable experience. That's great. You
Thank
psyched?
you.
Are you psyched to go there? I mean, like, have you met any of the girls that are coming in your recruiting class?
Yes, we actually just made a group chat yesterday, and they all seem really nice, and we're all from like different states, so it's going to be really exciting just to see how I love my town and I love Long Island, but I know that you know, it it isn't all just like
Yeah,
Levittown. So I'm
exactly.
excited to see everyone else and just how they perceive the world and how they, even just play lacrosse. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be cool because like once I mean, I'm sure you know this from having friends that have played collegiately. When you get to college, those become your best friends, and they'll be from so many different parts of America, and you'll get to experience. They'll be able to come experience America's town, Levittown, and you'll be able to go to experience their towns, which will be cool. So
Yeah.
that's something to look forward to. I'm excited for you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Now, do you have any siblings?
Yes, I actually have a sister that's a freshman, and she also goes to division and she plays lacrosse. And I was actually hoping she could get pulled up this year. But um yeah, I guess we'll see next year how she does. And my brother, he's in 6th grade and he goes to the middle school Wisdom Lane.
Yeah, I know Wisdom. I have some friends who teach at Wisdom. That's a great school. And does your little brother play lax?
He actually doesn't. He plays basketball, but we're trying to get him into it, so we'll see.
Yeah, well, everybody knows basketball and lacrosse they translate well to each other. So if you're good in hoops, you should be good in lax and vice versa. So that's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
So what do you plan on doing this summer to get yourself in shape for college?
Well, I'm definitely going to text Jenna and ask her to do a few privates with me. But definitely go on a lot of runs, and I play for Team Elevate, and I go to or I went last year to a lot of their summer activities that they had, and it helped me a lot, like going from the athlete I was last year to the athlete I am now. It's made a huge difference.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, the more training and stuff you do is definitely gonna be a benefit. You should also, if we get outside this summer, which we're all praying we can, look for like a summer league to play in. There's some good college summer leagues that you could play in that you could start, seeing the speed of the game because that's what I hear from most of the college freshmen. The biggest difference is just the speed. So if you get an opportunity, look for some college summer leagues to play in, and that'll, you'll transition really well to college ball when you get that opportunity.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I
Thank
wanna I wanna leave this interview, if you don't mind, with you just giving a little bit of advice to like the next Nataly that's coming up, either at Division or a young lady who's aspiring to play at the next level. Just a little bit of advice about recruiting, and you talked about your process, but just if you could just think of something that now that you'd like to convey to a young lady or a young that's going to go through it in a year or two or in the future.
I would definitely tell them that just to be patient and talk a lot with coaches and go to recruitment camps and just try and find what best fits you, and not just go to a school for the coaching staff, but to go because you actually love the school. I think that's so important. I know that's something that everyone says, but it really does make a difference. And to not stress so much about I know a huge thing for me was stressing about my SAT and my ACT, and I did study a lot, but I just feel like I really stressed myself out a lot throughout the process, and I feel like you should focus more on trying to find the best place for you and not so much the pressures of playing in college and going to college, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and a lot of times what happens is you start to compare yourself to other people that are going through the process, which are your peers.
Yeah,
and then
definitely.
and then you're like, well, I'm as good as that person, why aren't I going to that college? When in
Yeah.
reality, that person isn't like you, and they don't like you love Swarthmore, they might love Ithaca. So at the end of the day, find the right fit. I think that's great advice, and hopefully the young ladies that are going to watch this can learn something from our unsung hero, Nataly from Division High School. Nataly, thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
All
Pleasure
right.
meet you too.
Take care, hon.
You too.